Welcome to 032 Conversations, the podcast where we talk to creatives, see how they live, and how they do their work. I'm your host, Carlo Villarica. For this episode, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Normally, I interview somebody in the creative field, and then we talk about their process, their story. But so I had an interview prepared, but it just didn't feel right. Yeah, especially with the times that we are having right now. You know, the coronavirus, quarantine. People are kind of panicking. It feels like on the brink of panicking, and it's this weird phenomenon where the whole world is kind of in it. It's not just our little corner of the universe. Fine, it's like the whole, Earth. Anyway, never mind the universe, but Earth is in it. And so I decided not to publish. I had an interview ready. I decided not to publish that today. And maybe just talk a little bit about the coronavirus and what's been happening. So I looked around, and then I looked at the closest coronavirus non-expert, my wife, Steph. She's much more in the loop than I am. I have a tendency to ignore current events. And so she knows a lot more about it than me. So I wanted to learn something, maybe help share that knowledge to other people. But I should stress that we are not experts. If you have, legitimate concerns, I suggest you call a doctor, talk to a doctor, talk to somebody who really knows something. We are just going with what we have read on the internet, just like everyone else. So we are not experts. Just want to point that out. I just thought it would be good to share this conversation with you. If you're not overwhelmed yet, or if you feel like you lack a little, or just want to hear another perspective or a different perspective or someone's perspective of this whole thing, then we talk about it, especially since, we have kids. So it's something that is a little bit on our minds. So again, it's a special episode. So none of the usual bells and whistles. So let's get to that conversation with me and Steph.
We are home. Why not? But yeah, I think it's a good idea that you're doing this because you do have a platform, and we're not doctors or anything. So one way for us to help out, aside from staying home, is to share what we know about this whole situation, and hopefully it reaches people.
Well, actually, that's why I wanted to talk to you.
And it what's the word? Encourages them to do the same.
Yeah, that's also why I wanted to talk to you, because I know very little about the coronavirus. People
to share. He didn't start taking
podcast,
vitamin C until today.
Yeah,
guys.
They can't see your facial expressions. FYI. If you guys get married, you're gonna get used to. Guys, if you guys get married, you're gonna get used to eye rolls. But anyway, no. So, I didn't. For me, but I didn't think much about it yet at all till Friday last week. I think that's when the World Health Organization declared it as a pandemic. Mo ba na? Am I correct?
It wasn't Friday. It was, late last week, I think.
Yeah, basta late last week.
March 10, March 11. Basta late last week.
I was in the BIR in Talisay. And when they let us in the BIR, they made me good kanang sterilize my hands before I walked in, and you're surrounded by
sanitize your hands.
Sterilize.
Sterilize. You have to sterilize it, with Sanitize.
Oh, sanitize.
Alcohol gel and alcohol.
Kana ba? Oh.
Okay.
So they made me do that when I went in the BIR, and yeah, murag, you know, I got a number. I was waiting, and I was surrounded by all of these people, and I started reading social media, and you know, people freaking out about the virus.
Yeah, people panic buying.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, it's hard to do a podcast if the person on the other side of the podcast is just staring at their phone. By the way, no?
Anyways, I'm listening.
So mo na siya. That's my like mindset. Murag, I wasn't really thinking a lot about it. What were you? What was your mindset? Where was your mind like kanang prior to that big announcement? Okay, you were already kind of taking some precautions, diba?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think, to be fair, I don't think you're the only person who feels the same way. I think there's still a lot of people, even up until today, who don't necessarily see how serious the situation is. In my case, I think, I started taking just very simple actions as early as I think January or early February when the news came out about COVID or coronavirus, where there were like some tourists who dropped by Cebu. Yeah, and then there's so much news going around it, and in the industry where I'm in, you know, we're really updated in terms of like what's happening in terms of like health issues all over the Philippines.
The insurance industry.
Yes, the insurance industry. So when that came out, you know, thankful for connections. Thank you, IPI. I purchased, like me and my colleagues, we purchased a whole bunch of alcohol and sanitizer. That was like the very first thing I did. And then during that time, people were also starting to quote unquote panic buy on alcohol already, but not to this extent like today, At some point, I think IPI ran out of stocks, but they were able to restock
you
later
didn't get
on.
like a ridiculous amount. Like you got like a liter lang or something.
Well, for personal consumption, I got a gallon each of alcohol and sanitizer, and so did my colleagues. So we ordered a bunch for ourselves. And that was basically it. And then
this was as early Feb.
as
pa,
early
diba?
as like after Sinulog. I think that's when it happened,
Tama ba?
man. It was after Sinulog. So I made sure I had enough alcohol and sanitizer because obviously, you know, we have kids, and I want to make sure that we don't get sick. Stocked up on vitamins, made sure the kids had vitamin C supplements on top of the regular vitamins. Same with me, and for you, supposedly.
Wala gi ko
But that, and then I also purchased masks. If you notice, I have a box of masks, but I didn't really get to use
We
it.
haven't been using the masks.
No, but for me, you know, there's so much stuff going around. What I learned with all the articles and from doctor friends, like in terms of the masks, you don't necessarily need to wear it unless you're feeling sick, so that you don't contaminate or di ka makatakod of other person. And or you go to like a crowded area or crowded place, or let's say you're exposed to like high risk people, like those in the hospitals definitely have to wear masks. Those going out to super crowded areas have
This
to
is your
wear
understanding.
masks.
This is my understanding.
Yeah.
We
To
should
be clear, this is my
nga, murag,
understanding.
you know, we are not
Yeah.
experts or unsani.
Yeah, so as early as January, early Feb, I had all that stuff na. But the day-to-day stuff was pretty much the same. You know, they didn't cancel classes at that time, so you know, it's Mano still had class. I'd go to work. I'd still meet clients, but the precaution of making sure that we're extra careful in terms of, you know, hand washing, you know, sanitizing our, you know, everyday stuff. That was already top of mind. And then it was only very recently where you hear all this news now when it was declared like a
Pandemic?
global pandemic, epidemic, whatever.
Or yeah.
Yeah. Then that's when, and then the classes were canceled na gyud, and then all these advisories from the local government were released advising us to stay home. Plus, all the numbers that we're seeing, that there's so many more people now that are tagged as persons, what do you call that?
Persons of interest.
Yeah, persons of interest. Because unfortunately, they said we don't have test kits yet that arrived in Cebu. That's why nobody has been
But I think I
confirmed.
checked. Yeah, nabay like I don't know, 10,000 but or
Nationwide.
nationwide
Yeah.
na murag that have the COVID.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know how they distribute that, but yeah, that's only when that news came out, and then hearing all the news also from like other countries like Italy and the US.
Ang Italy, grabe.
Yeah, like Italy's numbers rose so fast, and if you read the news now, our numbers are also rising quite fast, and we don't have that. Like our medical facilities and the number of doctors that we have here don't compare to what Italy has. So like imagine na lang if we get to that level. So like right now, what I'm taking or what we're practicing here at home is stay home. Avoid going out unless we need to. And
so what's your mindset now? Nga murag, this is the first Monday of
I know, my God, there's so much to do.
quarantine. Is it so much to do? I feel like all of a sudden my calendar has opened up.
Well, yeah, but
And then
I
there's
guess
not much to do na noon.
there's so much to do in terms of the kids. Anyways.
Oh yeah, but that's regular day to day.
Once again, finish your question. Sorry, I didn't let you finish.
Ano, so what's your mindset now ba? Kana considering this is now the first Monday of this quarantine. Like you and I are lucky enough to be able to
Yes.
we generally work from home for the most part. No? I mean not really I shouldn't say work from home. I should say we are generally
Flexible.
mobile. We're very flexible as to where we choose to work. No? So this is, in many ways, it feels the same. No? But of course, in many ways, it's also very different. Kaya, you can't help yourself. Kid,
No, I'm checking the time. Anyways, it's been 15 minutes. Okay, go.
So in many ways, it's still the same and also different. But kay murag, we're here at home. We're able to work, bro. We also know nga out there, there's a lot happening. No?
Yeah.
So kadang you're not panicking or anything, are you?
No, I'm not panicking. But obviously there's a part of me also that's worrying because it's very close to us. Like right now.
Yeah, that's something biyang nga sa kay sometimes I joke with people. The nice thing about living in Cebu ba is that I say the nice thing about living in Cebu ba more mag-exempted man ta to everything that happens in the rest of the world.
Well,
No?
in this case, we're not. Sickness chooses or doesn't choose specific people only. Well, sige, going back to your question, my mindset right now is I'm not panicking. I don't think it's a good idea to panic, but if you are, that's normal. But I think what's more important is what we can do during this whole situation. So like in our case, like as a family and, luckily, like as you said, we do have the flexibility to be able to work from home, stay home as much as you can. I mean, until this sorts out and, hopefully we get to fight this virus together. I think, just right now, what I want us to do is just to stay home as much as we can and only go out when we need to. In terms of supplies, please do not panic buy.
Okay, diba you were over the weekend, you went inside the supermarket, diba?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually haven't gone inside the supermarket because the 2 or 3 times that we went, I was just inside the car with the kids, kind of tog sila. Probably it was also a good idea that we didn't bring them in the supermarket na lang sad, no?
Yep.
So,
Anywhere crowded. Avoid anywhere crowded.
mabitaw. But what was the vibe in there?
I went to the supermarket last Monday after I went to the gym. That was the day after they declared, I think, community or lockdown in Manila. I think. So people in Cebu, I think, started to act on it. So when I went to the groceries opened like at 8. So I was there at about like 9:30. So I didn't expect a lot of people. Kasi sayo pa ba? But when I was there, this was Monday, the shelves were still sufficiently stocked, but there
This
were
was
certain
which one was this?
in BTC.
Okay, Robinson's
Robinson's
BTC.
and BTC. So the shelves were still sufficiently stocked, but there were certain items that were running out, like eggs were running out, and then alcohol. Obviously, I think that's one of the first things people want to hoard on. At that time, the tissue rolls were still okay, but mahapit na sad mahurot. And then, but there were a lot of people in the groceries. Like, people were really buying.
Yeah, naglinya, good ka, di ba?
Yes. It was a totally different story. The other day, when we wanted
That was
to...
Sunday.
That was yesterday. So I went to the groceries again to buy additional supplies for the day or for the next few days. And then most of the basic stuff were out of stock na, like meat, like tissue, wala na gyud, alcohol, wala na. And you'd see people at the groceries wearing masks already. And so it's a totally different scenario compared to a few days ago.
Yeah, lagi yeah. Did you get a sense of like was it tense in there? Kanang
No, luckily no.
like chill or gapon ng vibe?
Yeah, I think luckily I wasn't put in a situation where kanang mag-box out na ka, like what you see in social media. Wala raman. Luckily wala ra. Mona, I think this it's normal that people are panicking and worrying, but at the end of the day, it's best to just sit back and be calm. I mean, for lack of a better term, just be proactive in terms of what we need to do. Don't panic buy because there's so many people out there that also still need supplies, and we might, if you buy everything in the store, you might just wala na mabilis uban ba. And I'm talking about those people who live on day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky you get to hoard on your supplies, but think about the other people also.
Yeah, kanang me for the past few days, I've been out biya kay. So Sunday we went out, we did our usual Sunday thing. We even had a few errands, brought the kids with us, but just we were kanang aware to not bring them into like crowded
Public
areas,
places,
public places. And then on Saturday, what did I do? I had like a lot of errands.
Interviews. No, you were biking, and then you had interviews in the afternoon.
Yeah. So I was this morning I was out also niya. You can see good nga more ni chill out ang traffic.
Yeah, there's definitely less people out now. Like even at work, at the office, we are all encouraged to just stay home. Like I said, we're I'm very lucky to be in an industry or in a career where we get to choose where we work. We're very flexible in that. But like I ran into a former colleague of mine yesterday at the pharmacy, and I was asking him, nag-work from home na mo? They work at the BPO. Kung nag-work from home na ba mo? Ningon siya, not yet, but padung na. And then the nature of their work is they interview applicants pa ya. So I think with this whole situation, they probably don't expect people to come into their offices to apply.
There's probably not many people going to the office.
Yeah, so they're gonna do
apply.
interviews over the phone. But there's still people reporting to work, like, like the regular workers, I guess, that can't work from home.
Yeah, I was out today. I was in the like hardware stores.
Yeah.
And then,
the services industry. Yeah. A lot of them are still going to work. So
I noticed like a lot of the public places, like the malls, there must have been some directive to close at 7 or something. I noticed
here in Cebu, I think the malls have been advised to shorten their operating hours. So they don't close as late because the local government has imposed a curfew already here in
Yeah.
Cebu. In Manila, the malls are closed.
They're closed. Good.
Yes, they are closed in certain areas. So I don't know up to what extent this will go, but just be informed, stay up to date, stay calm.
I was listening bit to this murag podcast ni. They were explaining how vaccines are made. Yung murag, it's gonna take like a year.
I don't know. I'm not a medical
Yeah,
professional.
so I wonder if this is gonna be like, does this continue for a year? Because I'm
We
sure
don't
there's a
really
lot of
know.
like, especially mga small medium enterprises ba nga murag
Daghan gyud.
suffering good.
Yeah, a lot of like utility companies are already like they're extending na their kind of deadlines for payments. They're slowly moving towards that direction because they understand that at this time people are, especially businesses, are not doing so well, especially like the travel and tourism industries. They must be taking a toll right now. Yeah, so I don't know how long this will go. We'll see. We just have to wait and see. So, I think for us, para madali siyagwa, let's just cooperate, listen to what the experts have to say. Yeah. Just cooperate lang yun.
So I know murag day one pa ni sort of like the weekend really doesn't count. No, but like day one pa ni of kanang
Since the official community quarantine here
mo
in
na
Cebu.
nya. So but what do you foresee in terms of like our regular life? Like prior to that, you used to wake up early, bring Mano to school. Then while he's at school, you're either working or
Yeah.
working out, and then when he gets off school timing, you're done. You come back home, and then you have meetings in the afternoon. Right now, like even me, well, I don't really have a regular day. No, but like so for you, like right now, what do you foresee? Like what? Like stay home, like good.
It's gonna be a lot of time spent at home. That's basically what's gonna happen. I'll be maximizing technology to get stuff done with work.
And then
Like personally for me, like in terms of my work. Matty, do you want me to go outside with you? Okay, we're almost done. Can you give me 5 minutes? You wanna come inside?
so this is gonna be a regular thing, Sad. Nga you're gonna be doing something like working, and then the kids will
Yes.
walk in. Are you ready for that?
I have no choice. We have kids.
Mas anad
That's
lagi ko,
life. But yeah, it's that's all I can say right now. It's gonna be a lot of time spent home. Looking for ways to avoid going out. So thankful, at least now with technology, we can order stuff and have it delivered. You can communicate to people through social media platforms.
Wait, ha? Come here, bud.
Come here first. You want to say something in the microphone? Can you help me so we can finish fast?
Are you scared?
Honestly, not really.
You think it will blow over?
When you say blow over, I mean it'll die down?
Like kanang eventually the world will work itself out and people will find the cure for
Yeah.
the virus, or it somehow
think
goes
so.
away. Apparently these viruses in many cases go away by themselves, but
We don't really know. We're not medical experts.
no, apparently they do. But like
No, I'm not scared. But I'm worried.
is there a difference?
Yeah, I think those are two different things. For me, I just look at it as, something we need to get past. We just need to get over it together. I don't know how long it will take, but if you look at history, our ancestors and whoever have gone through plagues and stuff, and they were able to rise from that man gihapon. So, just take it one day at a time. There's no use, panicking and I don't know. People are probably gonna hate me for it, but for me, I'm not. It's
No, you're just that type of
yeah.
person. You're like me. Kanang, we don't really think the worst is gonna happen. But the truth is,
It will. I know. I'm not
if
saying it's the worst is good.
no, but even if
I'm
it does,
aware of it. Like for me, it's
Oh,
different to think that the worst is gonna happen, because if you keep thinking that, then all your actions will also
reflect that.
reflect that. So you're panicking, you're worried all the time, you're so stressed out. I mean, for what, diba? For me, it's more of just being aware and being informed of what's happening, so we can do things and
Take
prepare and
precautions.
take precaution to avoid getting sick, to avoid getting our family members sick and getting everybody else in the household sick, and just take responsibility by doing what we need to do, and that's by following what all the local government officials are telling us to do, what all the doctors and frontliners are telling
Yeah,
us
what
to
happens
do.
if we get sick?
We don't know. If we get COVID,
Yeah.
we're insured, man. Thanks, AXA. But no, but seriously, we don't know. We don't know. If we get sick, we don't know what's gonna happen to us.
Hmm.
We're just lucky we have insurance to pay for our bills.
Oh. Yeah, but kana, what happens if we get sick? Nya murag, luoy kay
Uy,
ta.
kay the kids. Uy, good. We don't know. We never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, anyways, going back to what I said. You're like scaring me on purpose.
No, my goal is to make you cry.
No. I have work to do, Carl. I'm not in the mindset to be emotional. Anyways, no, but yeah, like, diba, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're always gonna think about the worst thing that's gonna happen, it's gonna reflect on your day-to-day stuff. So, it pays to be, what's the term for that? Kana bitang, to not let your emotions get in the way. Mura kog love ba? If you get, basta, anyways.
I don't know where you're going.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but don't let your emotions get in the way. It's normal, yes. We're humans. We will worry and we will get scared, but be like mind over heart at this time. Sakto ba na? Mind over. No, I'm not making sense, but you get what I'm saying. Nakanabitang just
Try not to be emotional about
try
it.
not to be emotional about it, and just be kanang
Vigilant.
Educate yourself with what's happening. Try to help out as much as you can. If you're not a doctor,
Yeah, it's actually like, if you look at the directive, if you just search like Google, like coronavirus or something, and then they give you mangyud like very easy prevental
yes.
things. Like, clean your hands, cover nose when coughing or sneezing, avoid close contact. Sige. Anyway, I think that's where we can end because our second born's about to
Sleepy.
cry.
You want me to go there? You want me to get you? Okay. You want to say something? Say bye-bye to the microphone first? Come here. Come here. I need your help. Come on. Come inside. Why don't you tell everybody what we need to do to fight the coronavirus? Come here. Stay home.
Stay home.
Drink lots of water and your vitamins.
Yeah.
Say, drink vitamins and your water.
And drink vitamins in your water.
No more?
Okay, we're done. Bye.